Blitzers, Nerf Clan, welcome back to the channel. It's Ronan, covering a couple of 7K plus games. First, we have Rene driving one of my favorite tanks, the 50B, AMX 50B, the Tier 10 French Heavy. And then second, actually, Rene is in it as a tune to Lynn. Lynn is driving the E3, T110E3, American TD Tier 10 as well. Both games are epic. Lynn's is fantastic. The 50B is a tank that requires tremendous patience, skill, and positioning. It is an offensive nightmare to anybody that opposes it, as Lynn points out here. And watch him pound the front of a Foch. It's not a Foch 155, it is a regular Foch, but he still can't get the front plate. However, look at the side, double tracks him. That guy's perma-tracked and unloads more than 1,000 into him, and he is cleared. That is the power of the 50B. It's got -10 gun depression as well. It's got terrific top speed, and it's an agile giant tank. And Rene is putting it to use here on the left side of Hellas, kind of the north side of the map. The trick here with the 50B, in my opinion, is really thinking through your next shot. And Artillery Arthur, who is actually a terrific autoloader player, kind of taught me that with a different tank. You've got to be thinking already, especially here. Rene could get hit by at least easily 1,200 damage by the Jag Panzer E100. And so when you noticed, he shot him with that third shot and already was backing up to ensure that that Jag Panzer could not get him in the side. The AMX 50B has some front armor, although it's not great, but the side armor is atrocious. I want to say about 50 millimeters. Full pen HE from just about every tier 10 tank. So you've got to know where you are. And you see right there, Rene is letting those three guys push. I don't know why they didn't push Rene. He pounded that guy for 500 on the side, max roll AP, hits the Jagdtiger for another beautiful roll, and he chooses, I believe he chose to reload there, which maybe perhaps he didn't, I may have missed that, but nonetheless, he bounces that guy there. He could not have been a great player in the M46 Patton. But you notice that Jag Panther is pushing to the left, which is tricky for Rene. Rene cannot let that tank hit him, period. That's a game-ending shot if he takes it, just about. So he's trying to clear this M46 pad, which he can't quite clear, but he does use the mobility to get past the Jag Panther, who still hasn't gotten a shot into him, while he's got this pretty darn long reload here that he's working through. And in fact, the Jag Panther got himself in a bad position there and allowed Rene to escape. And he's doing here something that I think is brilliant, is the autoloaders are tremendous support tanks. The size 4 is struggling with the E5. They've got a face hug going. Neither one's going to win that one quickly. So Rene goes around him, uses the mobility, and clears him just as quickly as that with his 50B, which was right there the game-changing move. If he had stayed back there like many people would have and fought the Jag Panzer, who was lower health, and you probably could have cleared him, he would have had those two other tanks all over him and would have had no chance whatsoever. But he was able to move, clear that E5, and now he's going with full load essentially after that Jag Panther, and he clears him with one shot thanks to the help of his waffle. And now all he's got to deal with is one of these pesky T92s, who is not, his team is mad at anyway. Wasn't a great player. The T92 actually goes and clears the waffle here in about a second, which isn't a great feat. But we know at this point, the 50B with this much hit points, over 1,900 hit points, there is just absolutely no way this T92 could do anything. He has got 1,200 plus burst damage and a fast tank, and he's also the IS-4, of course, steals his kill. Wouldn't be Blitz without it. 7,127 damage done, 1,532 base XP. Look at the damage Rene did there without a tune, without anything, just smacked some head around. Now, this one is an epic game as well. Rene is helping Lynn. Lynn's in the E3, Rene again in the 50B. And if you did not notice, we have a tune against Rene and Lynn he has got Cora from Pramo, and a guy without a clan who is tuning with Cora, who is about as good of a player as I've seen. I'm not sure who that is yet. He's not in a clan. Maybe he's applying to Rene. And you will see the two of them later, but clearly Lynn and also Rene have their hands cut out, their things cut out for them. They're here in Canal, and they went to the kind of, I guess one would say is the northeast corner of the canal map into part of the canal. This is a tricky spot, a good spot for a TD, but not a really easy one for them either. And as you see, Rene there quickly hits the Jag Tiger for a big shot. The Yag jumps down the hill. But the situation here is kind of weird because you've got a lot of camping, as the idiot 261, Type 61 says. The Type 61 is an idiot, by the way. We'll get to him in a minute. You also have Cora over there poking out with his E100 in a kind of a weird spot. I'm not quite sure what Cora was doing. He is 20 times the player I'll ever be, so I should probably just assume. But there's the E3. They pound each other essentially. But Lin gets the better of him there with a nice shot right into his cheek. And Cora was obviously thinking that the team would have pushed by now, but Lin and Rene's team was kind of just stationary. There's Rene, hits him, and Cora looks like he hit Lin with HE on the turret for 333. Lin's already got 1,800 damage, and oh boy, he's got a lot of work left to do. It's a 6 versus 7. Plenty of time left on this one. And there's Cora. Now, I have no idea what he was doing there. Lin hits him, Rene hits him, and he is down to almost no hit points at all. And then his teammate right there is TRCK right there in the E5. Cora is cleared by the Foch, and Lin gets to work trying to get after this Yag Tiger. And now you notice there, if you're looking closely, Lin has double speed boost, the crazy speed boost and the regular speed boost. We may have to interview Lin and understand what in the world he's up to using double speed boost. That is to say, the E3 is not a fast tank, obviously, but that is still a very unique composition. There goes a TRCK player who was, again, a super triple ultra unicum. Not quite sure what the heck, who that guy is. But there Rene slaps the grill with over 1,000 in the face with HE. And it's going to take a lot of HE to get to the amount of damage Lin is going to do. But he's got this mouse up there, still has 2,000 damage. That mouse will be around a while. You got a Yag Tiger over there with pretty good health, and then there's a T-54 behind Lin. It is a 4-on-5 right now, and things are just getting kind of tighter and tighter. Worst thing for Lin is he has lost Rene, his tune partner, who's a terrific player, so he's got to do the rest of this by himself, and not the position, a precarious position. The IS-7 on Lin's team has got nothing left, no hit points left. The Foch is not a good player, and he's pushing hard, and Lin sees his T-54 behind him. I'm not really sure what that guy was doing. Perhaps he was lining up a shot, but nonetheless, get wrecked. Boom, 424, full ammo rack explodes, all said and done. So it's a 2-on-2. Now we got some shenanigans going on because the Type 61 decides to get racist on Lin's team, and you'll see that Lin comes back to him, or Rene comes back to him with a perfect comment to say that it said, I have sent this video to Wargaming, and I hope that guy gets either a lifetime suspension or a ban. He's an idiot. Nonetheless, Lin, meanwhile, has got a 2-on-2 here. Dealing with this T-54E1 and still that pesky Moss who has just refused to die. That's kind of the way Mouses are. The 54E1 is not a particularly good player, it appears, but he's a dangerous tank. That tank can do a lot of burst damage, especially with in the right hands. And ultimately, Lin pounds him for 863 there in the back. However, the mouse is coming, and the last thing Lin wants is to get rammed by that thing coming down a hill. He backs up wisely. The mouse shoves the T-54E1 out of the way, which is actually a smart move. Lin pounds him with APCR, bounces another shot, but he knows he cannot take on 2 tanks at once, and they have enough hit points that he's got to do something about it. You notice his hit points, he's down to 450, so he's potentially a one-shot to the mouse, but he clears the 51 shot with a brilliant shot there. The mouse pounds him with HE. I have no idea what that guy was thinking. So Lin switches up APCR for the win, and he hits him for 574. A low roll. He wouldn't have cleared him anyway. The mouse bounces him again with HE. I guess the mouse just didn't think he could do anything about it. Lin continues to put pressure on the mouse and switches it to APCR once again and shanks it off the side of the mouse. Oh my God, this is just getting out of hand. And another bounce. This one looks like AP 460. Face to face, face hug. He's blocked 3410. He's done 7,906 damage. Will he be able to do it? Yes, he does. Lin for the win. What an epic game. 7,967 damage, 3 kills, 1647 base. Cora is an amazing play. Look at this guy from TRCK, 72% average damage, 3,000 damage per game. Insane game. Truly one of the best I've ever seen. Lin's only problem with this is he was only 33 damage away from 8,000. Haha. Something to work towards, Lin. Congratulations. Great game, guys. Please subscribe to the channel if you want to see more fun games like this one. And as always, have a wonderful day.